Poison isn't going anywhere, Bret Michaels tells people. But it's interesting because he also says that people should wait till 2025 or so for Poison to tour again. And he's going out on a tour on his own. And Poison hasn't made a new record since, 2002? 3 or 4, something like that. It feels like it's been 20 years. And Bobby Dahl, one of the interviews that I saw of him, said that Poison fans really don't care about new music, which is interesting because, I think that a lot of mega successful outfits from the 80s, like Stryper or Dokken or Rat, could say the same, but yet they've made new music. Actually, Rat has not made new music, so let's remove them. But Stryper has, Dokken has, a few others have. I think when it comes down to it, a lot of bands from the 80s and early 90s are of the opinion of Bobby Dahl. They don't want to make new music because there's just no money in it. The fans don't want it. The fans don't appreciate it. But, if you're a rock and roll band, you do one of two things. One and two things sometimes. You tour and you make music. And a lot of these acts are just touring. But a lot of them aren't even doing that. Look at Cinderella. When's the last time we saw Cinderella tour? I think that I don't know what to think of Bret's comment, and then he says that they're like brothers and that he could never, paraphrasing here, but that they'll never break up. And it's like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Like, you guys fired CC DeVille. You punched him and you fired him. You know what I mean? And then you fired Richie Kotzen. And then you brought Blue Saraceno in, they fired him too. I mean, so, these bands and especially these frontmen, it's the frontman's job to sell, ice to an Eskimo. But the reality of the matter is that, Poison has come a long way. And I do believe that they will tour again as Poison because they toured just last year. But, Bret going out on a solo run is probably Bret doing what Bret wants. I can't imagine that Ricky and Cece and Bobby are like, sure, we're not going to tour for 3 years. You go ahead and you tour on your own. You make money while we sit at home and spend the money that we have. Because I don't know how much money they're getting from Capitol Records, if anything at all, in residuals. I don't know if they own their masters or if Capitol still owns them or what the story is, but I don't know how much money Poison gets in royalties. Now, they probably still, get money, yes, but I don't know that it's, keeping the lights on necessarily. It might be, I don't know, $10,000. I don't know. I was going to say a month, but I doubt it's $10,000 a month. Maybe because, Spotify, which I'm a member of Spotify Premium and YouTube Premium, but Spotify and some others are known to not pay a lot of money for the songs. So, but then again, they're not, selling CDs or cassettes. They're allowing you to listen to streams. I pay, $12 a month. I can listen to anything I want. Yeah, I mean, the other day I couldn't listen for like 3 hours. I was like crashing nonstop, and I nearly died. I was listening to Billy Idol, and I couldn't listen to the songs I want. But anyways, forget about Blue Highway for now. I'm talking about Poison. But I can't imagine that the 3/4 of the band is happy that Bret's going on tour and they've got to wait till 2025 to go back out on the road. But who knows? Who knows? Bret's the one doing the talking, and who's going to defy Bret? You don't defy the front man. So, yeah, it's interesting. And as far as new music goes, I would love to see them do new music. Hollyweird was a fantastic record. It sold well for the time. I think it sold like 50,000 units. I mean, we're talking 2000s, guys. Now, so I don't know. Look at LA Guns. They constantly put out new material. Faster Pussycat, I would like to see them do something new. They haven't done anything in a while, but LA Guns, Dokken, Stryper, and I keep saying Stryper. I hope Stryper's put out something new because I see them touring everywhere, but maybe they haven't put out anything new. Dokken for sure, LA Guns for sure, but yeah, look, guys, honestly, the interest just isn't there. I mean, we can beat the drum and punch our chest, ooh, and be like, yeah, you guys got to do new music. The fans want it. The fans don't want it. Now, Bobby's right. The fans don't want it, and they're not going to sing those songs. And nobody's going to hold a lighter up to a song written in 2023, no matter how good it is. But it's still part of what you do. You know what I mean? In concept, in theory, that's why you tour. You tour to promote the current album. And honestly, most 80s and early 90s bands have become nostalgia acts. You know? And the good ones leave the classics alone. The bad ones try to recreate the classics to have an edge, piss off the fans. Not a good look. But it's also because I think subconsciously they do want to make new music, but they want hits. And since they can't get the hits, they just recreate the songs people came to listen to while they're on stage, and usually do a pretty horrendous job at that. So anyways, guys, and also you have these remasters, just like, even a remastering, if it's truly remastering, great. But a lot of times remastering includes, different chords and different tunings and basically changing great songs. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. With regards to Poison, I certainly hope that Bret is being honest to the T, speaking from the heart, that they're brothers, that they'll never break up, that they'll tour again. But why are you going on a solo tour? I have no idea. I don't know. I understand why Piercy goes on solo runs, because Warren does not want to tour. If you don't have Warren and Bobby and Juan and is it Jeff Bland? No, Jeff Bland does it with Slaughter and Carlos Cavazo. If you don't have those five guys, or Karabi, who's rhythm guitarist forever and ever as well, it's not Rat. I mean, he tried doing it where it was Steven and Juan, and that wasn't Rat. He didn't feel like Rat to him. I thought it was a great lineup, but it didn't feel right to him. But if Bret is saying that Poison is thick as thieves and united and brothers and they'll never break up, then I don't understand why he's going on a solo run and why Poison fans have to wait till 2025 at least to see them tour again. Doesn't really make sense. 2 years off doesn't make sense. Because Bobby doesn't have another band, and I don't think Ricky does, and I don't know if Cece does. And if Bret doesn't need the rest, if he's going to go out on a solo run, what's to say the other three guys don't want to go out with him and go out as Poison? I don't know, guys. It sounds a little fishy to me, but who knows?